Hello Leo, and welcome to your August forecast. Really great to see everyone again, and I'm looking forward to seeing what kind of energy comes through this month, especially since we have a couple of interesting celestial events. We have a retrograde and also an eclipse, and the way I approach these things is with an open mind. So let's just see what the energy brings in, and we'll take it one step at a time. Quick reminder before I get into the forecast, you can always use these for your sun, your rising, and for your moon signs. And let's start off with channeled information. And the channeled information comes when I select a deck of cards and I meditate on your sign. For you, I sort of got the feeling or the energy of the card of the Fool, which is liberation, freedom, not having boundaries. So your channeled information is to liberate or to feel that sense of liberation in your life. This is really going to have to do with you letting go of certain things that you're holding on to. It could be an obligation, it could be a friendship, it could be something in your life that you forgot exactly why you're doing it. Habitual, for instance, it could be like smoking or some sort of routine, and because we're in a retrograde cycle, it's the perfect opportunity to release it. The other thing is just a feeling of restlessness that's coming through. Now you can channel this restlessness in like going outside, exercising, running. You can also channel it in basically doing anything that is going to let you focus your creative energy. So a really good month for artists. It's a really good month for athletes. It's also a very good time for you to do things that occupy your mind. Meditation is also good because that'll quiet things down if you're having a hard time focusing. All right, so now let's go ahead and take a look at the second part of the forecast, which includes a Celtic Cross and all of the energy of the month, and then we'll expand it out to look at health, wealth, love, and destiny. So let's give this a nice good shuffle. And I also like to pull what I call a catalyst card, and at least in the way that I look at the tarot, this is going to be the card that sets the action for the month and also connects everything together. And yours is about balance, a message I've seen a lot of this month. So I want you to basically, especially in regards to your relationship boundaries, that's where I see your balance being. So making sure that people in your life are not taking advantage of you, and vice versa. Maybe that you're being as fair and as kind and as balanced with how you ask of others' time and attention as well, because that does cut both ways. Now let's take a look at the spread in front of us. At the center we have the Ten of Cups, and for me the Ten of Cups, when it's upright, indicates a balance and harmony with your community, with your friends, with your loved ones. And when it's reversed, it shows that they may be leaning on you more than you're used to. Anytime cups is reversed or cups are reversed, it shows that there's a need to invest in it. So part of it could say, this card could be communicating to you, invest more time and energy in the relationships that matter in your life. And the other part is be wary of investing so much that you actually get exhausted or don't have enough to give to yourself. And the reason I'm mentioning the latter is we have the Page of Cups right on top of this, and that's saying that there may be an opportunity for you to develop either an art, a skill, some sort of passion in your life that if you don't have balance, work-life balance, and also balance and boundaries between you and friends, that's not going to have a chance to grow. And for some of you that are single, I actually see a chance for new love and relationships to come in. We have the Two of Cups in reverse at the top, and the Ten of Cups in reverse here. So this is saying that there is going to be some sort of a challenge between your personal life and then your obligations with friends, family, and coworkers. So it's going to be important, if that's something that you want to cultivate, to put the boundaries and put the limits there. And that's really what the Six of Pentacles here is saying, particularly when it comes to work. If your boss is asking you to work late every single night and work the weekend, you might have to say no, or you might have to find a way to make sure that it's not just you that's doing this. So it's all about boundaries. When we look at how things are shifting for you, I feel like this is actually positive, a positive trajectory. Looks like there was a little bit of stagnation last month. We have the Hanged Man in your deep past, And what I sense with this one, it wasn't a permanent sort of phase. It was so that you could learn a lesson, and maybe you needed to slow down and take a break, because when I'm looking at how much people are needing from you, how taxed your resources are, if you happen to get sick, or if you had some sort of a delay where you couldn't take a trip, or something went through where it just was saying, hey, take it easy, I feel like that was a blessing in disguise. There's a chance for new beginnings at the start of this month, the first week in particular. We have this renewal card, which is showing growth, but it also comes through a point of letting go. So that's a theme across all signs this month. But I'd like for you to try to start something new, particularly in the first week. And for those of you that keep any kind of a journal of thoughts, of dreams, and also of intentions, this is a really good place to plant that seed and say, over the course of the next month, I look forward to doing this, this, and this, and I'm going to set it into motion by doing this. And then journal and take notes on how that's manifesting. And you can also do things like do automatic writing, draw pictures, or create some sort of a board, a vision board for these things to come to fruition. When I'm looking at your ego position right now, 9 of Pentacles in reverse, showing me that you've actually done a lot of hard work when it comes to trying to provide for your future, trying to create a nest egg for yourself. And I feel like it's good, you've done a great job, but you've got to take care of yourself as well. There is such a thing as working too hard, and I know sometimes we don't have a choice, particularly if we're a sole proprietor or we're the sole breadwinner in a family, or single and you're trying to take care of yourself. Just realize that if you're working so hard that you can't function, then that's actually counterproductive. So I'm congratulating those of you that have made good strides in that area. For those of you that are focusing on it but haven't achieved it, this is about taking the first step this month. That's what we see with this renewal. It's about endings and beginnings, so focus on what the new start will be for you. As we look at your hopes and fears, we have the 6 of Cups, and I really feel like love and relationships is your primary focus this month. There may be a chance from someone from the past to come in, an old friend, an old lover, maybe someone from your family that you've become estranged with and want to reconnect. It's very good energy because the 2 of Cups is your crowning card, and even in its reverse state, it's still very beneficial. It shows that you can accomplish what you want, what you hope. For the end of the month, we actually have a really great card here, even though it's reverse. Ace of Wands, showing that when it comes to business, you're going to have some great ideas, but there may be a little bit of trepidation or hesitation in how to express that. And this is a great time to lean on a mentor, to ask for assistance. We have this, looks like a fox here. So I want you to seek out someone that you trust, someone that is more experienced than you, and maybe ask for some advice on how to move forward. With relationships, this is about, it's a cautionary card that says, don't let your head get in the way of your heart. A lot of times it's either through stubbornness or through an inability to empathize with either a past partner or a future partner that we miss an opportunity. So keep an open mind, ask for assistance if you're having a hard time expressing yourself, and if you're not feeling very verbal, then go towards the demonstrative side and show how you feel, and show it in a kind way, because with Ace of Wands reverse, we want to make sure that it's not pushy, that it's subtle. So now let's expand your forecast to look at health, wealth, love, and destiny. Now let's take a look at your health card. Health combining a holistic approach towards mind, body, and spirit. Give it one more shuffle where you can see. And we have a renewal card here, which is great. So this is showing that for those of you that are looking for a chance to detox, for a chance to reset, or to try something brand new, this is a great month. We have a death and rebirth god here, Osiris, and so it's a great time to leave things behind and to start something that you haven't tried before. So maybe this is your first time trying Pilates, or you want to do a juice cleanse, or you're deciding to take on some other part of your health that you've either let go before or just haven't put attention into. I highly encourage you to do that. This card is supporting that. And remember, this is a month of endings and beginnings, so perfect for health. I will say this, meditation can also be part of that, because we often overlook meditation is part of your overall health. So don't neglect that. If you're feeling good elsewhere, then try different things when it comes to meditation. In fact, a lot of times we can get stale, doesn't matter how much you practice or how learned you are with meditation. Trying something new with a new group or a different technique at accessing your intuition, it's great. This includes also maybe trying something with oracle cards or using crystals, etc. All right, let's now take a look at wealth, career, school. And this is a great month to begin writing. We have the writing card reverse, which is showing me some of you may not either be trusting your writing or you haven't done it in a while. So keeping a dream journal, keeping an intention journal, as I said earlier, or perhaps just starting to express yourself. There's a lot of power in the written word. And a lot of the kind of work that I do with clients too is to help them create positive shifts in the way they think, and then also the way that they speak to others and to themselves. So what you could do to start to affect a positive change in your life, we noticed that at the beginning of the month we have this renewal card, is that you could state not only an intention, but like a new truth for yourself for the month. There's really no right or wrong way to state it, but think about what your goal is. See yourself as capable of doing it, and then state it as an affirmative. So a lot of times if you ask someone, what do you want to do for a living? They'll say, I really wish I could do this. And let's just imagine, for the sake of creating this, that this is maybe working as an artist in the world. And so maybe there's a person that's a painter. You could then, the first statement that they have to say and believe is that I am an artist. And then then they start to add on to this. I am an artist that has a point of view that the world is interested in seeing. Then you want to add success in that. I am a successful artist that is ready to share my point of view with the world. And then that would be your statement for the month. And you start to believe it, you encompass it, and then you will actually start to put it into your CV or resume. And you have to use words that are of a higher frequency when you're describing your skills, and also really feel the attachment to and the possibility of what it is that you want to accomplish. Because if you don't believe that you have something worth saying or showing or doing, then other people aren't going to either. And that could be part of what's causing some of the friction for you. But this month is when that's going to change. So I want you to start with affirmative statements about yourself, using the I am, because I am connects you to God, connects you to your higher self. So I want you to say I am, and then insert what it is you want to do, and then put a positive statement about what you can do, and say I have this to offer the world, and I am ready to do it. And that's your mantra, and that's how you can, you want to write it, think it, speak it, and those three things together are kind of like, they're alchemy through language. Because words have to penetrate all three areas. It has to be in your head, has to be in your throat, and it has to come out as a vibration. Once that happens, it moves through you, and also the vibration imprints in your aura. And if you really want to go the extra mile, one thing that I learned with my yogic training is you want to record your voice and listen to yourself saying the mantra. Your voice is more powerful than anybody else's. And if you put that frequency in your aura, in your house, in your body, that's when true shifts can happen. Okay? That's very practical and practical magic, if you will, because it's you, your energy, your belief, and pushing that out on the world. You guys could experience a great shift if you take that homework. I'm giving a lot of people homework this month. I hope they take it and report back in a month's time and let me know if there's been some shifts. All right, with that being said, we looked at health, we looked at wealth. Let's take a look now at love and see where relationships are going to bring you over the course of this month. As with all of the major areas that I look at, it's not just about romantic relationships. This can also include familial relationships and platonic relationships. But let's just see what the overall energy is. Through all of them, there's a vein of love, and that's what we're looking at. And so we have a purification card here saying that it's time to basically detox your body and mind, but this is also about detoxing and separating from people that are not of a higher frequency. A lot of people forget that if you're trying to shift, let me and part of the reason I turn the camera up is I want to communicate with you, and I think it's important to do so eye to eye and face to face. All right, so when we're talking about the people you surround yourself with, I talked about music before, I think in the weekly. I'm doing so many videos I forget sometimes if it's the weekly or monthly, but I think in the weekly I talked about higher frequency music. The same is true with regards to people that you're surrounding yourself with. If they're in a lower frequency, they're not going to let you get high enough. And so what sometimes you have to do is separate yourself a little bit, work on who you want to become, then come back into your circle of friends. And what can happen is your higher frequency can actually encourage them and inspire them to raise up themselves, or you may notice that there's going to be a falling out of a few individuals in your life because they don't understand what you're doing. So sometimes they won't quite get that you've shifted your frequency. They're just going to think, I don't know, I'm not going to hang out with that person tonight. And that happens several times until they just stop calling. And it's not that they don't like you, it's that they don't resonate with your frequency, or maybe you're not doing the things that they like, which it might be something like, you know, drinking more or engaging in negative conversation, and you realize that those things are actually lowering your overall frequency. And if you do other things, you can feel better without the need for tapping into shadow energy. So the more you raise frequency, the more you're going to shift the people that you're surrounded with, both professionally, personally, and you'll notice this on your spiritual path. So sometimes it feels lonely, and then all of a sudden you open up a whole new arena where everybody gets what you're doing, and you think, this is the group that I was supposed to be with. So I want you to be open to some of this detoxing that's going to happen with circles of friends. People will come in, people will leave. There's nothing wrong with you. It's the normal progression when you're opening up and transitioning into a higher frequency. Okay? Now let's take a look at your Destiny card. One thing I like to remind folks of when we look at Destiny is this is one of the most malleable ones. I'm just taking a GPS or a pulse of where you're headed, and I want to see if you like it, and if you do, stick with it, and if you don't, you can move on. Okay, so we have this card that's basically showing you that you might be moving away from what other people see as traditional values or expectations. This is a card that wants to box you in. A lot of times when I see this reason one, intuition is the opposite of this. It doesn't always follow what you see in a textbook. So don't be afraid to shift and follow your heart and your mind. And later you can check it and see if reason really fits. But a lot of times when we look at traditional texts, whether it's laws, whether it's religion, or whether it's just societal norms, there is good in that. We need to have organization, we need to have law, we need to have order. But there are other things that, you know, as highly sensitive people, as light workers, what we're going to do is help shift perspectives and do what I'm doing, talk about how change happens and help people feel like they are okay. And so don't feel like you have to be boxed in by reason or expectation or logic. Allow yourself to expand, because I already feel a little bit of tension between where everyone else was in your family and where you're headed. It's okay. That's normal. That's part of what we're doing in the Aquarian age as well. Now let's do a bonus card, which is unannounced, but I'm doing for each sign. I want to take a look at all the cosmic events, the retrograde and the eclipse, and see what effect or what purpose it's having in your sign in particular. It's interesting, it doesn't matter how much I shuffle, this card has come up a couple times, and so it's about new beginnings for you as well. I like the Osho Zen deck because it basically has this opportunity card, and it's a blank slate, and it's one of the few that has, some of the other tarot decks that I have like a question mark or a blank card as well, but this is the only one that really shows the starkness of opportunity. So we were talking about possibly people falling away, some opportunities falling away. This is about what you do in the void. I don't know how many of you have seen it doesn't hold up as far as special effects go, but there was a movie in the 1980s called The Never-Ending Story, and I believe it was based on a German story of the same name. And there's a force within it called the Nothing, but at the very end, the Nothing takes spoiler alert, at the very end, there's almost nothing left except one grain of sand on which you can wish whatever you want. I want you to imagine this month you have a single grain of sand or a single seed, a star seed, that you can blow out into the universe, and this is what's going to create your new world. And that's what the nothing is here in this deck. It's the blank slate. It's like you are, I mentioned in the other sign that had this card come up, that this is like in the spring after you've turned over a garden or a field and you're ready to plant something new. In that one moment, there's nothing there but dirt, but there's ton of potential. And also in the wake of the winter, everything's had a chance to basically decompose and create this new fertile ground. So for you, August is a fertile month of opportunity. Don't get dismayed if things seem to be falling away or not happening. What you want to do is start the intentions, which we talked about a lot today. So see this as your opportunity, and from nothingness, something comes. Okay? Let's quickly recap everything, and then we'll summarize and wrap up. All right, your channeled information was to liberate yourself, and to feel free, and to also, I didn't mention this, but this is also about like moving, running, getting out there and exercising. I want you to feel activity and motion throughout the month. Your catalyst card this month was to make sure that everything is balanced, and balance in your relationships in particular, but this also includes health and other areas that may be slightly out of balance. You're going to be the best judge of what to do, but please focus on continuity and balance throughout your life. There's a lot of energy going into relationships this month. People are going to need a lot from you. You may also want to invest in some of those, but pick and choose, because we have Six of Pentacles right by it, and we also have Life Renewed, which is showing that you want to keep some of this energy for that wishing, which we talked about. It's interesting because that movie that I mentioned has a child at the end that's making the wish. So I want you to connect with that inner child and believe that your wishes can become reality. We have the Page of Cups, the Two of Cups, and also I neglected to mention the Four of Wands, but that's why I summarize. This is about new relationships and new opportunities in your life. So Four of Wands is actually very favorable for creating a new partnership. So whether you want to decide to take a relationship a little bit deeper, or you want to sign a business contract, this is going to support you quite a bit. I'm glad I reviewed and I caught that one. When we're looking at your, I feel like you're getting unstuck from last month rather, because we have the Hangman in the deep past, and your resources are showing up very supportive as long as you are focusing on taking care of your physical health just as much as you are your financial health. We talked about keeping an open mind and an open heart, and that there's probably going to be a connection to someone from your past this month. Embrace it. That's really what retrograde is all about. When we take a look at your expanded forecast, health is about new things coming through. We have this god of renewal here, death and rebirth, so don't be afraid to try something that's out of your comfort zone. When we look at wealth, it's about writing things down. I want you to create something that is a mantra, a statement of new reality, and you need to believe it. And if you do that, positive changes can happen, and that's your homework. Don't be afraid of seeing some of your relationships in the love area fall in or out of your life. And so we saw some new people coming in. We see some tension in existing relationships. Note that that purification, that detoxification is very normal on your spiritual path. This is a month where things may not make sense. You've got to follow your intuition, your heart, your gut, and later you can kind of look back and see if it all makes sense. But in the process of spiritual growth, sometimes logic is overrated. Finally, it's all about new beginnings. It's about that creation. It's about that scene in the movie that I'm mentioning where you have a single grain of sand, and upon that you can build your entire life. So don't feel like, even if something fell apart, that you can't start again. It's never too late. So I hope that this gave you the guidance and the support that you need to successfully traverse all of the twists and turns of the month. I feel like the overall energy and opportunity is really supportive for you. The shifts that are happening seem beneficial as well. If you'd ever like more of a personalized reading, I do offer those, and you can get more information by clicking in the upper corner of the video where it says book a reading, and that'll show both the availability and the rates. I also put a lot of links in the description area, which you sometimes have to click expand to see, but within that area you'll see again that booking link, also links to social media including Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter, and I would love for you to join me there. I have a newsletter as well, which is a perfect way to stay in touch and know when new videos and meditations have been released. You can also just subscribe to this channel where there are two options. One, to just sort of see it on your homepage, and if you click on the bell icon, you'll also get emails when I post new videos as well. And finally, if you found that this video was extremely helpful and you just want to give back a little bit, I have an optional donation link as well, and that will go directly to supporting videos like this. So feel free to do that, but there's no pressure. At the very end, I'd just like to extend my gratitude and heartfelt appreciation for all of the support, the love, the comments, the likes, everything that you guys have been giving right back to me over the past several years, actually. So thank you so much for that. Please keep it up and take care of yourself. Remember, this month your message is to really go out and try new things, not just in exercising and whatnot, but really stretching your wings and exploring the opportunities, not being afraid of the unknown. All right? Wishing you much love, abundance, and joy in all that you do. Take care of yourselves, and I'll see you soon. Bye.